So the constants are nothing but, we are going to discuss the constants, and the constants are nothing but the rules. Let us go for the domain constant. There are different kinds of constants that are available in DBMS. Whenever we discuss each of the constants, we can easily come to know what is meant by constant. So directly we are going into the topic. Let us go with the domain constant at first. Okay, and this is the domain constants. First we have to know what is meant by domain. So I will directly go into the example and explain it to you. See here, this is the table we are taking in order to understand what is meant by a domain constant. See here, STUID, the numbers are like S001, S002. Okay, this data is okay. Whenever you go for the name, Akshay, Abhishek, Shashank and Rahul, this is also okay. But whenever you go to the third column, that is age, there is a problem over here. The age should be in the numbers like 20, 21 and 20. So the first three values of the attributes or the column age are okay, but the last attribute, that is a, is not okay, because this a doesn't belong to the age domain. Okay, domain is nothing but the set of values that which should match with the name of the attribute or name of the column. Here a is not matching, age can never be a. Okay, similarly if you write something like in the name, instead of Akshay, if you are going to write something like 20 or 30, the value is not going to be the right value. So we should follow the domain constant. So it's a very simple thing, it's a common sense, nobody is going to write it as a. So here constant is nothing but a rule which says that there should be some domain should match with the domain of the values should match with the name of the column. So it's a very simple thing. Here value a is not allowed, since only integer values can be taken by the age attribute. I hope you have understood this very simple concept. So assuming that you understand this one, we are going for the next concept. Here tell me, is it following the constants or it is not following the constant? I am waiting for your reply. Give me the fast reply. Is this following the domain constants or it is not following the domain constant? Tell me, following or not following? You have to give me a reply like following or not following. Okay, is it following the domain constant? Is this particular table is following the domain constants or not following the domain constants? I am asking. So this particular table is not following the domain constant, it is violating the rule of domain constants. Somebody said yes, but it is not. Why? Because the rule is that age should be in numbers. The rule is that the age should be in the numbers, but here the age is not in the numbers, it is in the form of the letters, which is nothing but the violation of our rule. Our rule says that the values of the attribute must match with the name of the attribute. The name is age, where a can never be matched with the name, so it is violating. For example, if you don't want to violate the rule, what you are going to write? You have to write a valid age here. Instead of a, you can write something like some 26 or whatever, maybe the age should be in the numbers. Okay, the rule is here the age should be in the numbers, but you have written it in the form of the letters, so which is a violation of the domain constant. Domain is nothing but the suitable values. Okay, here there are no suitable values, so it is automatically violating the domain constant. Okay, so next one, we are going for the tuple uniqueness constant. In each of the constant we are going to take a table, either a valid example or invalid example. This particular example is a invalid example. Okay, you must change this to a number, then it will become a valid example. Next one is the tuple uniqueness constant. First you have to know what is a tuple. A tuple is nothing but, for example, if this is the table, a tuple is nothing but the total row. For example, student id is 1, name is x and age is 27. for suppose 1 x and 27, this total record we are calling it as a tuple. A tuple is nothing but a row in a table. Okay, a tuple is nothing but a row in a table. So we will go for the explanation of what is meant by tuple uniqueness. Okay, see here, this relation satisfies the tuple uniqueness constant, since here all the tuples are unique. First you have to know what is the meaning of a unique. Unique means, for example, if you take any of the row and compare with any of the other rows, okay, there is no such a thing. For example, I will tell you what is mean by not unique. Okay, for example, see here, this is the table which actually violates the rule of the tuple uniqueness. Two tuples should never be the same. Okay, see here, redundancy is there, right? The two tuples should not be the same. Here the data in the first tuple is same as the data in the second tuple. That means there is no uniqueness. Okay, everybody should be unique, means everybody should possess a different values. But here these two records are not unique. Okay, but they are same. There is a lot of difference between unique and same. What is mean by unique? Unique means everybody has their own specific and different set of values. What is mean by same? Same is the opposite of the unique. Okay, same is the opposite of the unique. See here, here these two tuples are not unique, but here all the tuples are unique because they have their own set of values. See the first record, it has something like S001 Akshay 20, and the second record is totally a different set of, consists of a different set of values like S002 Abhishek 21. And if you take the third record also, it has different values like S003 Shashank and 20. If you take the fourth record also, the record is different. So unique is nothing but different. So every tuple should be different from the remaining tuples. That is what the rule of the tuple uniqueness constant. Let us go for the next one. So already we have discussed that this particular table is not satisfying the tuple uniqueness constant, but this one is satisfying the tuple uniqueness constraint. So this is the invalid example, and this is the valid example. This is the right example and this is the wrong example. So we can also take the right and wrong examples both to understand the constant in a well manner. So this relation does not satisfy. What is the relation? Just now we have seen, no, two things are repeated here, so it is not satisfying. Next one is the key constant. What is the next constant? Key constant. Key we already know. A key is nothing but it can be any of the column. Okay, it can be any of the column in a table. You can take any column as a key. There are different keys, types of keys are available. We have already discussed. A primary key is there, a candidate key is there, a super key is there, and alternative key is there, foreign key is there. All these keys we have discussed. So here key constants and the rule which is related to the keys. So the simple thing here, tell me whether this particular table is following the key constant or not. What is the key constant says? The key constant says that, for example, I am taking this as a primary key. We already know always we will take the student ID as the primary key. So whenever we are taking this as the primary key, we should guarantee that no two rule numbers or no two student IDs be the same. Okay, but here the first person is Akshay and the second person is Abhishek. Okay, but both these people should have their own rule numbers, but the thing here is the both the people will have the same rule number, which is violating the constant or the rule which is related to the keys. I am taking this as a primary key. So key constant, we can also call it as a primary key constants. What is the other name? We can also call it as a primary key constant. Means this is the rule, this is the rule that which is imposed on the primary key. What is the primary key here? STUID is the primary key here. Okay, so this particular table is not following the key constant. Let us go for the next one. Next one is called as the entity integrity constant. So for example, if you want to make this as a right table, what you have to do? You have to change any one of the rule numbers to a different rule number. So you can take this as S001, and this you can make it as S002. So whenever you write like this, the value of the every tuple will be different, so that the key constants will be satisfied. So you must satisfy all these rules. This particular table is not satisfying the key constant. Okay, similarly, whenever we go back here, this particular table is not satisfying the what constant? Tuple uniqueness constant. That's why I have highlighted the total tuple to make you understand that this is a tuple uniqueness constant. Of course, all will look the same here. In the next key constant, we are only going to talk about this column only. Here we are going to talk about all the row here. So that is the next. That's why it is called as a tuple uniqueness constant. Similarly, if you take this table, this particular table is not satisfying the what kind of constant is this? Domain constant. So in some of the example, we have taken only the wrong example and right examples, and in some of them we have taken both. In the domain constant, we have taken only the wrong example. Okay, in the tuple uniqueness constant, see here, we have taken one right example here, and we have taken one wrong example here. So in the next one, key constants, we have taken only the wrong example, right? So we should not have the table like this, where the primary key of two rows can never be the same. So this is a wrong example. So that is the explanation about the primary key constant, entity, what is that? The second one is tuple uniqueness constant, and the domain constant. Three types of constants you have learned: domain constant, tuple uniqueness, key constant. Domain constant means we have to write a suitable values for the suitable table. That just like, for example, if you take the column name as a, age can never be in numbers like ABC, which is of no use. Similarly, if I take something like name, I'm talking about the domain constant. A name can never be a number like 10 and 20, which is not satisfying the domain constant. The domain constant is very easy. It's a common sense. Okay, you need to write the proper values for the proper columns. Okay, next one is the tuple uniqueness. You have to understand the meaning by the word itself. Tuple means row, means you can take the first row. Uniqueness means unique features they have, they should be different. Okay, tuple difference, uniqueness means what? There should be a difference in the values of the tuples, right? So here you, if you take the first as 1x20, the second one should be something like 2y30. Okay, so here you may have the question like, see here, tuple uniqueness constant we are talking about briefly here. 1x10 is the first tuple values. 2x50. So tell me, is both the rows are unique or same? Unique or same? Give me the reply. I am giving the example here. What is the example? I am taking two rows here. You give me the answer like whether these two rows are two tuples, both are same. Tuples and rows means the same. Okay, they are the same, they have the same meaning actually. So both the rows are unique or same, I'm asking. Some people are saying unique, that's the right answer. Unique means different. See here, you may get a doubt like x and x is there, x and x is there, so they have the same values, no problem. At one attribute if they have the same values, no problem. But see here, there is a difference, some different set of values are there for the second tuple. If you take the first tuple 1x20, for example, if I keep on changing like these two, this also I have written it as a 10. Now tell me, these two rows are unique or different? These two rows are unique or different? Do they have a different set of values or same set of values? At least, okay. See, these both two rows are unique only because they have so okay. They have, they should not be the same values actually. At least they show some. See here, at least they show these are also unique, I can say, because they show some difference at least in the rule numbers. Okay, these numbers, for example, if I'm taking this as 1, definitely this implies that both the rows are, this definitely this implies that both the rows are same. Okay, at least there should be a non-matching value here. For example, 1 and 2, at least there is some values, there are some values which are non-matching, which are not same. So I can call this also as a unique tuple. Okay, at least, but they should not have the same values, 1x10 and 1x20. This is violating the rule of the tuple uniqueness constant here. Next, take the key constant. Key constant is very simple. No two persons should have the same Aadhaar number, or no two person should have that same rule number 26 26. Two, there are two persons x and y, and you are writing the same rule number for both of them, which is of no use because every person will have their own rule numbers. This particular example is not satisfying or violating the rule of the key constant. So you need to have different rule numbers for different people. This we are calling it as a key constant because this particular constant is applied on the primary key of the table. So we can also call a key constant as a primary key constant also. These are the very simple things. So next we are going for the key constant is also completed. After the key constants, we have the entity integrity constant here. Here, what is mean by entity integrity? We are taking some wrong example here, not the right example, but invalid example you can say. This is a invalid example. Here the primary key value is not there, so I am not mentioning any value for the primary key. What the integrity constant says that there should not be an empty, there should not be an empty value, means there should be some value for the primary key. So stdid is the primary key, but you are not mentioning any primary key, it is a violation. So this particular table does not satisfy the entity integrity constants. What he says, the relation does not satisfy the entity, as here the primary contains a null value. Whenever no value is written, we can consider them as a null value. Okay, what nothing means null value. So you should not have any null values, there must be some value for the primary key here. So it's a very simple one. Next we are going for the referential integrity constant. The name itself says that referential means we are going to refer, we are going to refer from one table to the another table. Tell me, when we are referring from one table to the another table, so whenever you want to refer from one table to another table, there should be a common column should exist. That is called as the foreign key. Okay, we already discussed what is a foreign key. In the foreign key, we are going to link the first table with the second table based on a common column. Based on a common column, there is one common column which exists between the first table and the second table. Same. So let us go for the explanation of what is referential integrity constant by using the example here. Okay, actually the first table is there in the first this page and the second table is there in this page. You need to concentrate. So here, what is the, tell me here, what is the common column? But this is the first table which is a student table here. Okay, I'm asking the question like, observe clearly. So this is the branch code. Actually this has to come here like CSIT. So we have how many here? Rule number is there, this one. Name is there, this one. And the age is there, these are the ages. And the branch code is there, that is CS and IT. Right? Now this is the first table. Just look at these things clearly. I will also show you the second table and tell me what is the common column that exists between these two. What is the common column? Tell me. In the first column, in the first table, sorry, we have rule number, name, age and branch code. Okay, in this one we have a branch code, branch name. Now tell me what is the common column or the column with the same name that exists between the first and the second tables. Give me a reply. Between the student and branch table, what is the common column that you can see? So here the common column is nothing but the branch code. What is the common column? Branch code. So I want to refer, we already know in the foreign key also we are going to refer from first table to the second table, right? Here also there should be a some common column. What are the values in the common column branch code here? CS and IT. So the same CS and IT should exist in the branch code of the second table. See here. Here we have CS, IT is there. But one more extra value is there, that is E and C. Now I'm asking the question, can we refer from first table to second table? Can we refer from first table to second table or not? See here. Here we have the CS and IT. Okay. Now if I want to know the details of the what is the branch, for example, if I want to know the branch code of Rahul, if I want to know the branch code of Rahul, so where I will go? I will refer to the second table which consists of CS. Okay. What is the branch name of Rahul? Sorry, not the branch code. What is the branch name of Rahul? Computer science. Okay. Okay, it's possible. Next we will go here. If you want to know the branch code of Anjali, automatically the second, see here, directly I can refer to the same. Again CS, what is the branch name? Computer science. Next one. Actually this example is a proper example, means it's a correct example only, right? Valid example. Here IT is there. Now Tina has taken the IT as a branch code is IT. So can we find out the branch name of IT here, the full form of IT? So see here, IT, directly I will refer to this tuple here in the second table, there is a branch table. Similarly I can find out the information technology. Of course there are some additional courses are there. Okay, electronic engineering is there and civil engineering is also there. Okay, so here this particular table consists of the names of all the branch codes. Okay, and we are going to link up the first table here, okay, to the second table in order to find out the branch names based on the branch codes. So this is a valid example, there is no problem. Now I'm going to take some other way here. instead of IT here, instead of IT, can I take it as ME? There is mechanical engineering. Tell me, can I take any one? For example, let us take this as a ME. Then, is the linking possible? Is the reference is possible here? See here I am taking it as ME. Let us say the Tina's branch code is ME. Okay. Now, can we find out what does ME mean in the from the second table here? No, it is not possible because the branch ME is not available. The branch ME is not available in the branch table. So, in this case, we can say that it is violating the referential integrity consent. అంటే whatever the branch codes that are existing in over here must be in the